three companies were working on this. You guys, Sunsoft, and Capcom.
I think it probably came from me or me talking to some other people at Wayforward, and it was basically with River City Girls Zero. We had good success with that one, Kunio-Tachi no Banka, and it was because it had never come out over here. So after the success of that, it was like, okay, what are other games that everybody knows it, everybody wants it, the specific version never came out here, and that just ticked all the boxes. And then once we got that going, I knew Marielle was a huge fan of it, so we got her more and more involved.
Yeah, I don't remember that going from anybody before you doing it. Other than of course, like, oh, that's gotta be Hannibal, right? Yeah, that's what I remember it too.
All right, next one.
Hello. First off, greetings from the unofficial Wayforward speedrunning Discord.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I've been wondering for this for a while. Why does everything in Shantae games explode when you beat it?
Oh. Well, in Castlevania, things explode, right? So that's the answer. Feels good.
Good answer.
Everything blows up into femurs. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything. Femurs.
All right, next question.
When making the new Yars game, did you guys take into account any of the old comics or anything like the old lore that were making?
Everything.
No, all of it,
Yeah.
yes. We did such a deep dive as far back as the 1982 vinyl record that they made for Yar's Revenge back in the day. So all of the lore is there.
Abstract key art got turned into characters, and James was even like font choices and word caption shapes. It was all based on the lore.
Hey guys.
Hi.
One of my favorite things about Wayforward is your ability to take these licenses and transform them into your own games. I'm starting to work in games with some buddies now. So any advice you have for like getting to work with licenses?
Licenses are really tough because it is going to be difficult to get a popular one without being like a very established company. So what I would say your best odds are probably do a game that you're proud of, an original game, and then use that as a way to reach out to the company and say, hey, I made this game and I would love to make something based on one of your properties. But it is an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle for Wayforward now, as established as we are, to get the licenses that we're going after. So I would definitely say try and build up one or two games that are really impressive on your own, and then try and piggyback off of those and reach out to the people and say, hey, look, people like these, I want to do something based on your old IP.
And once you have the license, I will say no piece of fan service is too obscure. Throw it in there. It's gonna make someone stay more than you can ever imagine. So if you think of it and you see it in an episode of the thing, throw it in the game.
Yep. All right, next question.
So for each of you, if you could like wave a magic wand and make it sure that a player felt something at the end of a Wayforward game, what would you want that player to feel?
Happy. I want them to be happy. That's why we make games. You know, it's such a special occasion to be able to meet the people on the other side of the screen holding the controller. And when we make games, we're always thinking about the player. And that is to say, you are the most important people to us when we're making a game. We are doing it to delight and entertain you. So I'm honored to be here just as you're excited to meet us. And the reason we make games is to delight and entertain you.
I'll have a slightly different answer, but it's related. I'll say I'm always focused on sticking the landing. So, you know, the most important thing, the two most important things when somebody's playing a game is the very beginning and the very ending. Those are what's going to stick with them. So having something where the last thing you see or play right before the cutscene, and then, I mean, the credits, and then maybe even the way the credits end, like really just nailing the way that it ends so that there's no like bad memory. They just love everything about it. That's very important.
You know, I want them to feel surprised. I want them to think back and be like, oh, I love Wayforward. I've played other games. These all tick the boxes I was expecting, and I was excited. But this thing went like beyond my expectations, and I'll never forget it. That's what I want to do.
I think for me, it's buyer's remorse. those what is it, a 60-day return policy?
What we want them to feel is we want them to feel that they've run out of the hard currency and they have to get out their wallet to buy more of the soft currency.
Yeah, that's our favorite kind of game.
like a way of soft currency. Question for our tech guys, do we have to cut off now, or do we have a few more minutes for the remaining people? Huh? Oh,
keep going.
Okay, all right. Quick question. One more.
So yeah, I'm a game developer. So yeah, I work
Hey.
on a game that got recently announced at Nintendo Direct.
Nice.
So
Congrats.
Nice.
Woo!
indie game developer on my own. So kind of working on. Oops, sorry. Yeah, kind of like working on a game where you take pictures of cryptids, mythological creatures, and yokai from all over the world, and make friends with them and solve cases. So, and I also have a question for like a big studio right now, as a Wayforward right now. So, since social media and Steam page, the Steam store page algorithms are getting more difficult for like small developers to grow. So, are any other advice that you can give to? I know that
It's hard. We're trying to crack it ourselves, even as established as we are. But I think when we talk marketing, when my group will work with the individual directors, just think outside the box. What can you do? Like, we'll do crossovers with ice cream places. We'll do live concerts. We did a fantastic collaborative show with Mariel, who did her first one-person show, but it also was a feature of Clock Tower. Whatever you can do to get people aware of your game and get them coming out to it or engaging online, just think outside the box. And it does not cost money. You can do ad buys, but you don't have to. Wayforward rarely does. Most of what we do to get awareness on our games is just thinking creatively of ways to engage people.
And I don't know if this
Wish list.
Yeah, I don't know if this is encouraging or discouraging, but even the big partners we work with, they talk to us and they're like, "Do you guys have any ideas? What can we do to get more into it?" So no one has a crack.
Yeah, in the current online, everybody's figuring it out.
yeah, it's just terrible.
Good luck. Think creative. Think of fun stuff. Like, people like fun stuff, going to live events, going to contests or art contests, like anything you can think of that is fun. People like.
Was someone else gonna ban you there?
I hate fun stuff.
Oh my gosh. I think also, if you can, we've started with tiny fan base. I remember when there were like 3 Shantae fans. We're like, oh my gosh, we got a letter in the mail. I think if you engage with people who engage with you, like, it's good. Like, reach out and just like, oh, I'm glad you like my game. Even if it's just a couple of people, because it blossoms and you get,
Yeah, it's been great getting like all the
yes.
All right,
Because they really like what you're making, so.
Okay, next question.
So rapid fire question?
Yep.
Sigma Star Saga sequel when?
Which one was that? Was that the space one? That we did?
Yeah, Sigma Star.
I haven't thought about that one for a while. I don't know. We can look into it though. Yeah, I haven't thought about that one for a while.
That's funny.
Yeah.
If it was an official sequel, it would have to be Bandai Namco, right?
Yeah.
And then if it was an unofficial sequel, it would
Yeah.
probably just be us by ourselves.
All right, next question.
I just wanted to say hi to Mariel.
Hi.
I'm really glad you're doing well.
Thank you.
Also, James, I'm really looking forward to that soundtrack.
Thank you so much.
It was
Hope you enjoyed
really good.
Oh.
All right, thank you. And our final question.
Are there any games that are that you guys developed that are currently owned by, say, other publishers that haven't been re-released that you would love to see re-released, no matter how unlikely?
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, like, Sigma Star Saga was just mentioned. We talked about Till Morning's Light earlier. That's another one. There's ones also that we didn't create, but we put our stamp on, like DuckTales Remastered, Wendy the Witch. I mean, it's an existing character, but that's kind of the Matt Bozon version of it. I don't know, what are some other ones, Matt, that we don't
I don't
own?
know. I mean, that we already developed?
No, that we don't own, that we would love to do something with or
Or licensed stuff or whatever. Licensed stuff.
Yeah. Boy, let's see. Are they making another Mummy movie? I guess not. Is that another one? It looked like there was going to be another movie the way it ended. I don't know.
I think, and something we really like doing is playing within an existing world. So like you saw with Yars Rising, that is the Atari world, but Emi Kimura, we came up with most of the bad guys, most of the characters we came up with. I think that's sometimes the most fun thing, is kind of playing in a world and putting the Wayforward spin on it.
By the way, he was wearing a Space Maria shirt.
Oh, nice.
Done by my friend
Excellent
David.
taste.
Oh,
And he did the intro for Rosa Chameleon.
Yeah, and he did
Nice.
for contrast.
And he worked on Yours Rising.
Rip City Girls.
You wore the right shirt. Please follow David on Twitter.
I'm wearing a Space Maria shirt.
All right, so thank you everybody for coming out. Before we let you go, if we want to dim the lights one more time, we have one more thing. This has not been mentioned, announced anywhere. But this is something that we're going to be working on, something you'll be able to play in the near future.
Thank you!
So, you haven't talked about that since this afternoon.
No, since I put a PowerPoint together earlier today. To clarify, this is not a sequel. Maybe there's a sequel down the road. This is taking Sigma Star Saga, the game Matt Bozon directed, I assistant directed 20 years ago. We are going to be working with Bandai Namco Limited Run Carbon Team to put that on PC and modern consoles coming next year.
Are you happy now?
I am.
Are you gonna fix the random encounters?
Yes. We are. Yeah, we're fixing a few things.
Thank you.
And that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And for all the questions, thank you for watching our games. Again, head to wayforward.com. Look Wayforward up on Twitter, Facebook, social media, and keep supporting our games, and we'll keep making them.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It's past your bedtime, everybody.
Yeah.